Alright, gonna show you how to make a bloodied up old oxidized axe. Right now I went ahead and just rubbed this new axe on the ground a couple of times on the street, really just to get some scrapes and scratches on there. Right next to it is our fake rigid foam axe, just as a movie prop for hitting people with it. Alright, what we need for this is a soft makeup sponge, red food coloring, various airbrush watercolor paints. These cost about $5 right here. All the materials here are about 30 bucks altogether, so it's really cheap to do. Right here is Pros-Aid. You can get this online or at a FX store. And we got a small cup, some mixing sticks. Let's get started. Alright, we start by pouring in the Pros-Aid into a small cup. You want to get about a quarter of the way full, just because we're working with two axe heads here. Take some of the dark brown airbrush paints, pour in a few drops. You don't want to make it too dark because this stuff, it does get darker when it dries. So just start by adding on a thin layer first. And if you want, just go ahead and let this layer dry first, just to see what the color looks like. I probably did about 2 or 3 coats inconsistent. I want to have some metal parts showing, give it more of that oxidized look. Once you're done with those coats, get a darker batch and pile it on there in certain areas kind of thick. Like just good old rust built up on there. Once that's dried, I'm going to go ahead and just paint this handle here just so it looks more like the foam axe one. Get a little bit darker. Alright, I'm taking out chunks here of the makeup sponge just to give it more of that splatter look when we applied the blood. Notice how I'm just dabbing it on the business area, so to speak. And this one, the axe it hasn't been cleaned in years, so blood's just going to be all over it. But thick and dabbed on there. So this is the finished product. You spray it down with some clear coats, just because the Pros-Aid is still sticky. And that's it. You're all done. Ready to shoot or go out on Halloween, do whatever.